Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I traded my muzzle loader and I ended up borrowing one from a buddy. This is a Thompson Center Encore. It's a little older version, so it's a little harder to clean. But what I want to do is bring you along with me today while I clean it and let you see how it's done. And maybe it'll help you clean yours and do a good job on cleaning it. And where I did borrow it, I'm going to make sure that it goes back in better shape than it comes. So it ain't been shot in a couple of years. He's been pretty sick and hasn't been able to hunt and stuff. So I know it hasn't been shot and it's not been really cleaned like it should have been. So I'm gonna break it down and give it a real good cleaning. Tomorrow's the first day of bow season, so that gives me a month till muzzleloader season. So I want to make sure that I do him a good job on this. Okay. First thing we'll do is take the forearm off. There's two screws, one here and one here. And they're just flat screws. Okay, I'm gonna lay them right here on this cloth. I got a cloth right here that I'm laying everything on. Actually, I'm gonna use my phone case, that way nothing gets lost. We'll just pop this up and lay it up here out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and slide the ramrod out and lay it up here out of the way. Okay. To take the barrel off of this, right here is a little old dowel. You just put I break it forward, and then you can take it. If you'll just wiggle it a little bit, it should work it out. It's coming. It's just, like I said, it hasn't been apart in a long time. All right, moved pretty good. Just be patient. That's one thing you're doing working on the gun, is learn to be patient. I don't know if there's ever been a part like this, but I know I was looking at the breech plug, and I can't tell if it's ever been out of it. And I want to get in there and give it a good cleaning. She's going to play it difficult. Here it comes a little bit. You just have to keep working with it till it comes out. I'm going to have to push back on the barrel. That's what it is. You got to push down on the barrel this way, and then it'll come out. There it is. Okay, I'm going to lay it over here. And now when I break it open, the barrel comes just right off of it, and there's your forearm. Your butt plate stock, your butt stock, and the trigger and everything. Okay, now On the other ones I've done, right here at the forward side of this, there's usually a little dowel. This one has a flathead screw. So, I got something touching my eye. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. And what I'm trying to do is, if you look right there in front of that breech plug, see right here, you got where your cap goes. This is what pulls your cap out till you can get to it. When you close the gun, see? Okay, I'm going to take this off so I can get down in there that breech plug. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about or not. See that black thing sticking up there in the middle of that breech plug? That's what we're trying to take out. Now, some of them have a flat spring and some of them don't. Just be real careful when you take yours out, and Lord, don't drop this little screw. That thing is so little. Okay, I'm going to take this off for a second and lay it to the side, and that way I can move this over here in case this little screw does decide to fall. It won't fall in the floor. Okay, and right there is that little bitty screw. It ain't big as nothing. And then I should be able to pull that piece out of there. Okay, and there it is. Now, some of them will have a flat spring, like a spring still on it. Be sure you watch how it goes. There's a groove where it goes normally. This one here just has a slide where the screw goes. But some of them will have a spring in there. So be sure you watch how it comes apart. I'm going to roll it over. Bring it over to the edge of the table. Now, I laid some of this rim oil to that. Okay. Last night, I laid the rim oil to it, or not the rim oil, the Lucas oil, gun oil to it, hoping that breech plug would come out pretty easy, and it did. Now, I can't see through the barrel. That's why I want to get this breech plug out, because you can't see through it. And you want to be able to clean it real thoroughly. And anytime you take your breech plug out and put it back, don't oil it. Put grease on it. High temperature grease. Like a barn grease or something. Because if you don't, the heat that builds up in this barrel can seize that breech into place, and then you'll never get it out because it more or less welds it into place. Okay, I got that out. Let's have a look. It's not bad, but it does need a good cleaning. Now this shows a lot of, see how dirty that breech is? That's where your where it's blocked up at. Let me get some stuff together. I'll come back and we'll finish cleaning this. Okay, I'm back. Right here, where this barrel is pretty dirty. I got a little bit of Dawn dishwashing liquid and water that I'm gonna set down underneath it. That way, if anything comes out, it'll go in that Dawn dishwashing liquid. I'm gonna start this one down in here Well, I said I was, didn't I? This gun might be a little dirtier than I thought it was. I'm gonna pour this. Good grief. Okay. I'm gonna pour this black powder bore cleaner down it and see if that helps it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop it up with my finger. I'm gonna pour this in it. Oh, I forgot this has got a fluted barrel. There's not much this left, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to that solution. And maybe if we get a little lubrication in the barrel, it'll let this slide down through it. I'm gonna wet it. And see if that helps anything. Okay. I'm gonna use his ramrod to push it through. I can feel some pretty rough patches in it. I'm gonna lightly tap this. There we go. Look how dirty that got. Now, when I get done cleaning this, I will oil it and make sure that all the water and stuff's out of it. But right now, I got to do something because as I'm cleaning it, I realize it was a lot dirtier than it looked. Oh, she's coming clean, though. We'll do this another couple times. Then I'll hunt a patch and put it on here. Me go in here and get an old t-shirt, and I'll cut it up into patches, then we'll finish cleaning this. Give me just a second. This is an old t-shirt that I was out there working in the yard, and it got tore. So I'm gonna use it for patching. I'm gonna lay that t-shirt down the floor to catch anything I push out of this gun. Let me wipe this rod off. A little too much. Let me. Just take your time. Give that gun a good cleaning. Then when it comes up muzzleloader season, you don't have to do it. It's already done. Let's look at this rag. Well, it's nasty. So we'll send another one. I don't know if it'll let me. I'm going to try to double it and see if it'll. Nope. Okay. She's still pretty dirty. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm going to run the other side. I'm going to put the dirty side in and run the clean side down. I went through the shirt. Alrighty. Oh, that looks a lot better. I don't know if I can get it to where you can see it or not. Let me see if I can get this light to help us. You see down the bar at? That's clean as it could be. Now I'm going to take your shirt and wipe everything off to make sure that there's none of that liquid. This one actually has muzzle brakes built on it. I like this one. I've not shot it, but he says that it was shooting quarter-sized targets at 100 yards, and that's not bad. I may see if where he's not able to hunt stuff, if he'd like to sell this one. I'd like to have something belong to him. He is a buddy of mine, and you know, if I got it, I would keep it just because it come from him. Okay, we're gonna lay this off to the side a second. Now this breech plug is pretty bad. Let me get this out of here. I'm trying not to be too aggressive with it. I've got a little wire brush here. It's not a aggressive wire. It's just a little one. And I'm barely rubbing it. I know I got something here small enough to go through there. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe everything off of this. I don't feel no grease, and how it didn't have any grease, I don't know. Unless he cleaned it, took the grease off of it, and didn't put it back. Okay, our hole's open now. But I'm going to go ahead and clean it real thoroughly. I'd hate to miss a deer because I got in a hurry. I'm going to use a toothbrush to clean down in here on the sides and the threads and stuff to make sure that I get a good clean, you know, outside the breech too, because when I put the oil in it or on the threads, I want it to not have nothing that could, you know, gum up the threads. Let me see if I can find my Q-tips. I always keep Q-tips in my gun cleaning kit to get these little tight areas a little better. Okay, that's good and clean. Now, before I put that back, this is what I was talking about. I got red and tacky grease, all-purpose EP grease. It's got formulated with anti-seize for maximum surface potential. This is a very high temperature grease, and it's Lucas. I told y'all I like the Lucas products, and I'm gonna take the plastic end off of it. I started to say very carefully, but that wasn't very carefully. Now I'm just gonna get a little bit. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. And I'm gonna put it on the threads of this breech plug to make sure that it stays easy to come out and it don't get seized up in that gun. But I'm gonna make sure I don't get it nowhere where the firing goes through, like the ends, either end of it. Okay, I'm gonna set that right there. I'm gonna kind of clean my hands off. Hope this ain't gonna take much longer. It shouldn't, but okay. Now, let me get a clean, dry piece of shirt here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do it this way. I'm gonna take this. See if it'll go in there first. Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna put Lucas gun oil on this. So there's oil down in the barrel, and I will come back and kind of swab it out, but I want to make sure the barrel's protected because it is a month till season. Okay. And all I'm doing is putting a little thin coat of oil on that barrel on the inside just to protect it. Yeah, it looks real good. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall the breech plug. I always start it with my hand to make sure that I'm not cross-threading it. Now you want this tight, but you don't want to act crazy, you know, and get in there and just way bear down on it over tight. But you do want to make sure it goes on good and tight. Okay. I don't know why the flies are all over my phone today. Now the next thing we're going to do is reinsert that piece. And make sure you'll feel it. It'll click down in there like it's supposed to. They're trying to walk on that camera. And get that little bitty tiny screw. Let me move some stuff here because there's about a 99% chance that my big hands is going to drop that thing a time or two at least. Okay, now I'm going to reinsert the little screw that holds that, I'm going to call it a nipple extractor. Not 100% sure that's the scientific name for it, but that's what it is. I'm also going to put a drop of oil. I got the screw started, but I just put a drop of oil around the threads of the screw, and then I'm going to put it where it can run down the nipple extractor. Okay, let's go ahead and tighten this up. Now this is a little tiny screw. Do not, go Hercules on it. Just get it snug. But now if you got the one that's got the pin and the little spring, be sure you get them back in. And that little spring that little pin has to be knocked in and out. Okay, now I'm gonna get me another piece of this. Well, I said I was, didn't I? This is why I keep old ratty t-shirts and stuff. They work good in here and cleaning rags and stuff for your guns, and don't have to use your washcloth and stuff like that. And if you're married, I strongly recommend that you do not use wash rags or anything like that to clean your guns with. Now, what I'm going to do is, where this goes down in the thing, see, hold on a minute. Where this will be under the stock, I'm going to go ahead and oil it now. And I'm just putting a real thin coat. I'm not looking to drown it or nothing, just a little thin coat. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe the barrel. And this knob, I can't think what that's called. There's a name for that. I'm going to go ahead and wipe all that good while I can get to it. I'm going to wipe down here in these scope bases. Now, I even put a little oil on my scope. Just don't get it on your lens. And it kind of brings it back to where it looks like it was when it was new. A lug, that's what that's called. That's a lug. Now, where this little thing that holds the gun, I'm gonna put a drop of oil on it on each side. I'm gonna let it run down there just a little bit before I put it on the other side. Okay. I'm just trying to wipe a little oil everywhere to kind of protect the metal. Okay, now we're ready to re-put it. Well, let me look at the... I'm not going to go into the trigger assembly and stuff. It looks really clean anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and put a drop of oil on the trigger pin. And on each side of the hammer to run down in there to where it's movable. Now I'm just spreading a little thin coat of oil on all this, just as a protective layer. Okay, let's go ahead and put it back together. We'll call this a barrel pin. I think that's actually the name of it. But what you have to do is kind of mash it downward. And don't get in a hurry. It only goes in one way from what I understand. It may go in both ways. I've had to break the barrel down just a little bit to line everything up to where this will go back in. But there it is. Now we'll just shut the gun back up. I'm going to bring my vise back up here. No, I just have to put the forearm on it. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and put the screws back in it. I got a buddy. I was telling him that I was doing these gun cleaning videos and stuff. And he told me anytime I wanted to come down and get some of his and clean them, just come on down there and get them. He said, I can show y'all how to do them. So we'll be doing some of his guns this winter too when the snows are flying and can't get out and, do nothing. I got the material today to start the freezer shed and part of it to start the smokehouse. I'm going to go ahead and put some oil on this rag again. This old can's about gone. I have to. And I go back up there to the advance. I'll have to get me another can. But I'm going to wipe everything down that's metal. That little gun cleaned up about like a new one. I'm going to rub a little on the stock and stuff, just, like I said, to protect it. And there it is. I'm going to go ahead and put the oh yeah, I was clean with it. Now, if you look right here, see them little spots on the end of that? That's where when the gun fires, it's actually burning this little ramrod. So I'm going to put a little oil on it. This is a real nice little muzzleloader from what I see of it. Okay, well, when I take it and shoot it and get to check its alignment and everything, I'll bring y'all along with me. We'll go ahead and put his sling back on it. I like to put just one drop of oil on these slings. It makes that little screw. It keeps it from, if you're out in the weather and all that, it keeps it from getting rusty and hard to do. Now this little Encore, it says it's a Thompson Center Encore 50 cal Magnum. And then it says it's 209 by 50 Magnum. Is the numbers on this one? It's a heck of a little gun. But there it is. It's back like new condition. It's clean as a pin. It don't belong to me, but it's even got the see-through sights where if you had to, you could use your iron sights. But it's done, and it'll go in the gun safe now. And we'll get it out one day and shoot it before muzzleloader season. If you haven't, please subscribe, like the video, make comments if you got questions or anything. Feel free to ask. And if I can't answer it, some of the other people usually jump right in and help me answer the questions, and I do appreciate that. I'm here to learn just like you all, so I appreciate everybody's participation. Everybody keep the people, where there's still people without power, without food, water. They're still trying to get stuff in these communities. I met a lady at Walmart and sent a bunch of stuff with her that was, a church group that was taking stuff. And, if you can give, try to find, if these guys out here working, putting up power lines, clean roads and stuff, hey, walk down there and offer them a cold drink. I promise you, they'll appreciate it. If you see a couple, 5 or 6 or something, make a pack of sandwiches, take a loaf of bread, a pack of bologna or something down there, and offer to feed them boys. They're out here working like dogs trying to fix the damage and stuff. And, we were blessed, so blessed that our power come back on, the next day. Was only out of power 11 hours. And, I'm making sure that I'm prepared in case something else happens again. But, y'all need to prepare too. But if you have extra clothes or clothes that you can't wear, your children's outgrown and stuff like that, wash them, take them down to a center where they're taken up for those people, because they'll appreciate anything they can get. There's people that's lost everything. I got a buddy I went to school with. He's lost his house, everything. He's lost it all. And, he's got good spirits about it. But, every little thing helps. If you got extra food, if you can afford it, go buy a couple cases of food and send that way. There's churches, there's people all over TikTok everywhere that, you know, getting this stuff together. And if you can, now I'm not, I give to it, but I have no way to get it to them. And there is a group up here at where did I see that today? Oh, up there at Henry's Produce is taking up for them. And you know, I may get some of my clothes that I can't wear no more and run them up there, you know, be tomorrow. But you know, look out for these people, pray for them, man. You know, remember in your prayers, uh, be thankful that if you didn't get, you know, in it, that you wasn't in it because, man, it was bad. And you know, just just really keep them in your prayers. If you can donate and stuff. And so Mountain Man asks you for those favors. If you can, like and subscribe to the videos. We're going to do a ton of guns and stuff, you know, clean them and everything like that. Uh, just stay, you know, hang in there with me. We got a lot of fun things. Now, not this weekend, but next weekend we go to Hell's Haven to the alpaca farm for their little festival. Tomorrow's the first day of the bow season. I will be taking y'all along with me. I'm gonna I got a stand set up. We've seen quite a bit of deer activity around it, and the cameras has picked up. It's a travel through where the deers go through from eating to bedding. We got a deer stand in there. I'm hoping that, you know, maybe a nice buck or something come through. We've seen signs of bear. My buddy's got a deer stand on out from me, and on his camera, he's got bears. Mine didn't show a bear, but he's got 8 big bear. So, you know, maybe it'll wander through for him tomorrow. If it does, I'll show y'all that. But I will be taking you deer hunting with me tomorrow. So I gotta get everything ready. I gotta get my bow. I know my bow's ready. I gotta get all my hunting clothes. I've got to get descended from this stuff here. I've been wearing, even these clothes I'm wearing has been descended because I didn't want to get that laundry smell on me. But I'm gonna jump off here. Y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day. I'm gonna clean up this mess. Be good to each other. Pray for each other. And we'll see you on the next video.